brothers and or maybe sisters, oftentimes your very first playmate, and share many of your first life experiences.
Well, that's not the case for one Dover woman. As a matter of fact, she didn't even know she had a sister until she was 72 years old. Liz Cuccinello of Dover is that sister and joins us this afternoon with a remarkable story. Thank you for being here. So, your life has really changed over the span of what, a year or so?
Yes.
So take us back to when you decided you just wanted to learn about your heritage, right?
Yes. I did my DNA a year ago, and I had given up finding relatives long ago because I tried several times during my life. See, when I was adopted, the cases were all closed. I mean, they were sealed. You could not get any information out of anybody. And so when I was 15, I found out that I was adopted. I also found out that the adoption never went through. It was never completed or finalized.
Legally?
Legally, right. And at that time, I was given the choice to either keep the name that I had been using all those years, or I could have changed my name completely. So I decided to keep the name that I had grown up with.
Yeah. What made the difference this time that you found out you had relatives?
Well, you know, where I grew up, nationality was not a big thing. People just didn't talk about it too much. I grew up in a very small conservative town. And when I moved to Jersey when I was 19, it was all about, well, what was your nationality, what was your heritage, and so forth. And so finally, a year ago, I said, you know what, I'm going to do a DNA and find out what my nationality is.
Yeah.
And so I did. And then what happened was in June, I believe, my half-sister she had done her DNA on 2 other companies.
Right.
And I had done it on 23andMe. And, but my half-sister is into genealogy. She teaches it in the villages in Florida.
Oh my.
And she happened to be helping this gentleman with MyHeritage. So she had to go join MyHeritage in order to help him out.
That's another company, right?
That's another company. And she had helped him for about 3 hours, and she goes home. She opens her laptop, and it says, it's either you or your twin. Well, she knew it wasn't her because she had never been on MyHeritage. She never, and she knew, well, she was pretty sure she didn't have a twin. And so she figured it was a half-sister. Then she, where'd she go from there?
Did she contact the company to see?
Yeah, she did. And to verify it. And she also, and I'm not sure where she got it from, but she got the actual DNA numbers.
Okay.
And it shows up that it's almost like a twin. That's how close we are.
So she did the DNA. She found out that she had a half-sister ultimately. How did she get a hold of you?
Well, I also got a notice that I had a half-sister. Well, you know, it was almost surreal because I had never known any relative, let alone a half-sister. And then she also wrote me a letter. And when she wrote me the letter, she gave me her address, her phone number, her email, everything, and she wanted to communicate. And I thought, well, you know, I'm an outgoing person. I said, sure, you know, I'll look into this. So I called her right away, and we started communicating by phone and email, and we got to know each other over the phone and that.
And this led to a face-to-face reunion.
Yes, she said, come down to the village. We live in the villages. Come down and visit us if you can. And we said, sure, we would love to.
And you went down last week?
Yes, we went down last week. We had a wonderful time. And it was just a wonderful, wonderful experience. And we're planning to do many things together and get together this summer and go on a cruise. They like to cruise. And
now, and I had heard that you knew she was your sister just by talking to her. Just were there familiar traits about her?
Yes, we have many familiar things. And I don't know if you've got time for all of them, but there's a lot of them.
Yeah. Well, what an incredible story, Liz. So happy to hear that you got to hook up with your long-lost sister.
That is wonderful.
Yeah.
And many wonderful years to come as you catch up with family.
Thank you.
Liz
Thank you so
Cuccinello
much for
of Dover, thank you so much for coming to Delmarva Life.